Hello, welcome to the Clarion Energy Studio here in Kuala Lumpur, where today I'm joined by Nicholas Leong from Wärtsilä. Nicholas, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Kelvin.
We're going to talk about the energy transition here in not just in Malaysia, but across the ASEAN and the wider Asia region. I think it's widely accepted that the way to enable a transition to 100% renewables is gas. Gas is the enabler. So it's a mix of renewables and gas. In this region, what type of gases are we talking about? Is it mainly natural gas now, or is it LNG, and what type of gases might it be in the future?
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. I think, as you mentioned, yes, Asia and of course around the world is leading towards this transition, and for us, Wärtsilä, we want to lead that path towards more renewable. And one of the key enablers is gas as a fuel. For me, I would like to say that it's not only gas, it's actually how you use the gas. What kind of generation are you going to use with the gas? And I will say that it's about flexibility. Because what is important is with flexibility is when the sun doesn't shine, when the wind doesn't blow, you need a generation that can ramp up fast and is flexible enough to actually to compensate and to balance the lack of renewable. So I will say that flexible gas is the way to go to enable the transition in Asia.
And so, what's enabling that flexibility? Is it what's the technology that makes gas flexible?
Well, the technology that make it flexible, I will say, is that really that the technology is really something that can ramp up from 0% to 100% load in minutes. It's a technology that it run full load and part load at the maximum efficiency. It's something like what Wärtsilä is offering to the market. It's offered our reciprocating gas engine to the market. And also on top of that, after the acquisition of Greensmith Energy by Wärtsilä, we can also offer another layer of flexibility with energy storage. So energy storage coupled with gas engine technology will provide the right flexibility that the market, especially in Asia, needs to enable the transition, to enable the integration of more renewable in the energy system. And we have seen that in the markets here, in the Philippines, in Vietnam, in Myanmar, actually, they're all leading towards by path, because now you can see more and more regulators, more and more utilities starting to actually to be less coal, because it's difficult to get financing and it's not green. So where else they can turn to? They can turn to renewable. That's fine. You can build a lot of renewable, a lot of feed-in tariff program. But when we have a lot of renewable in the system, that causes actually a lot of intermittency. And that's why actually you need to have flexibility, you need to have flexible gas to do this balancing. So actually the optimal mix in Asia, it's really flexible gas generation, renewable coupled with energy storage.
We're talking about countries making a transition. You're trying to enable that transition. That means you as a company have to transition yourselves. You're evolving all the time in, albeit decades to come, as we get to 100% renewables. Will Wärtsilä be a 100% renewables company itself by then? Will you have evolved? Well, or there'll always be somewhere to make the energy transition?
Yeah, I mean, as you've seen yesterday, we have launched the new Wärtsilä 31 DF, and the engine actually has the capability to actually run on liquid fuel and also on gas, natural gas or LNG. And in the future, it has the potential to run on other kind of fuel, syngas, biogas, which will be produced by renewable. So in the future, when you have excess renewable, you can use those renewable energy to make synthetic fuel, for example, which can be run in our engine to produce clean fuel. So we believe that our technology, the engine technology, have a role to play now in that transition, and also in a world where the base load will be by 100% renewable. So we see that there's a future, and we see that in certain countries they're doing it faster, in others maybe slower. But I think at a whole, the change is coming, and I think that's something that the market is starting to prepare, gear up itself for that. And for us, we are all ready to make this transition happen together with other friends from the industry. So for us, it's a call of action. it's not Wärtsilä cannot do it on its own. Actually, we invite every players to actually to join us, all the friends to join us in that journey, because we need everybody help to make it happen. And what we want to do is to champion that.
And what markets are you looking at to move into in the future, other than those that are your core focus right now?
Wärtsilä has sold 70 gigawatts installed capacity in 178 countries. So every country we have people looking at that. So I would say that everywhere we are looking, and I think every country is very specific by itself. And there's not a particular country, the next market. Actually, we are looking at everywhere. It's about each country has its own mindset, its own way of working, and for us, we are just trying to help them to speak the same language as them, to build up that relationship, so that actually we can enable them to move to the next step, to have the transition. So really, there's not a specific market. We are looking at the whole world. We are a global company, and we want to make that transition global.
Well, good luck with that. Nicholas, thanks very much for your time today. That's all for now, but don't forget to check out our YouTube channel for more great content.